Welcome back to another episode of the Sweet Shots Podcast. Lucas Johnson alongside Mark Johnson and Chuck Johnson. We're back in action, just the three amigos here. No guest today, so it might be a quick one, but we've got plenty to talk about. It's going to be a great episode, I think. Just with a lot going on golf-wise. We've been up to a lot in the last week. I know you guys, the big one today, you guys are actually going down to play tomorrow.
Road tripping.
You're road tripping down to South Dakota. Is that right?
That's right.
Correct.
South Dakota, and this is a legitimate. This isn't your weekend scramble. This is a legitimate PGA Tour Champions event. Is this correct?
We're playing in the Pro-Am. Sanford was kind enough to invite us.
Yep.
We have a relationship with them. We hosted the Roger Maris kickoff event in April for their summer event, and yeah, it was to our surprise, Chuck. Right? They invited us to go play in a Pro-Am.
Shocked.
You guys must have really made an impression, for better or worse. I guess.
Absolutely.
I guess you'll find out. You'll find out how big of an impression you guys made based on the pro you get paired with.
So we find that out tonight. So we head down for a nice formal dinner, and then at that dinner they announce who our pro is.
Who would be like if you you could choose your pro?
I looked it over. I already got.
So did I.
You got
John
the whole
Daly.
field.
John Daly,
but I that's not happening. But looking at the field, or Darren Clark.
Darren Clark would be a good one.
Darren has a good time on the golf course.
Okay.
How about
loosey goosey?
Could you keep up with John Daly on the golf course though? Like, would you?
Not a chance.
No. Would you keep up with John Daly?
I assume you're not talking about his driver.
Not his driver. No,
Right.
The on-course shenanigans would be what I'm most concerned about.
Do I have to? Is it smoking and drinking, or just the drinking?
Well, it is a pro-am. I would say he's a pro in those categories. So
Right.
Being an am, you can pick one.
Okay, I'd try the drinking, but I'd be a puddle by hole 4.
I can't imagine they let them drink during an official event.
No, I don't think they can.
During the pro-am, you don't think
I
they're
don't
drinking?
think so.
No,
think
pros
PGA
can't.
Tour-
Pros can't. You guys might be a different story. I actually don't know that one.
Well, it calls it out on our little invite deal. Beverages provided throughout the golf course.
Oh, is that waters or
I
like?
don't know. It just says beverages.
See, this is going to be a learning experience
Yep.
for us. This is going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, we need to be prepared though. If it is John Daly,
I
we
know.
might have to tag team to keep up with him, but we can't be stick in the muds.
Tag me in. My turn. No, you're right.
Chuck, it's your hole.
And
you got it.
You're not even talking about the golf at that point.
No.
Joe, we're just talking about the drinking.
It's your hole.
Exactly. Yep.
That's funny. No,
How about you, Mark? Though, if you had your pick of the Steve Stricker.
No, I want to play at Bernhard.
Oh my goodness!
I think he's
No,
the
you
greatest
don't.
player, longevity wise. I'd like to.
I'd be scared
okay,
to
here's
death.
the
He
deal, though.
intimidates me. He's gonna be grinding in a pro.
would you call him out though? Well, are you afraid? Because we did call him out on this podcast.
did.
Are you afraid he's going to come at you? He goes, "You're the guy." I
We
can't
might
do a
have a
German
bone to pick.
accent, but
No, I'm not. Matter of fact, I would maybe even bring up the Tom Dolby story with the PGA
yeah.
about
Bring that up. Yeah.
Bernhard having a problem with how many section professionals, PGA
And
professionals.
you are
playing
a
the-
section professional. So
I am. I got an axe to grind with him still.
Oh boy!
That's a content pairing right there. I mean, they're going to get content out of that.
And it would be Bernhard. Remember the comment you made
Oh.
about too many pros playing in the PGA Championship? And Tom's famous line in the media tent. Well, what did Bernhard shoot? Well, it's too bad he didn't play a little better. We could have talked about it tomorrow.
I love that.
In the pairing.
It's
Right?
like- Isn't that great?
Wow! Oh boy!
So I could throw that one at
Maybe
him.
you should like recreate that, Chuck. You could be over there. You go. Mark, what do you think about Bernhard's comments today at the Pro-Am? Yeah, once you guys beat Bernhard in the Pro-Am, you go, what Bernhard's team shoot?
Yeah, we could roll with that. See how that goes.
Maybe if they played a
Play it
little
out
better,
again.
we could talk about it over
So
dinner.
we got to beat Bernhard. Okay.
No,
So
that'd be
you're
my
a-
pick. Just because I think he's if you put a stake in the ground from when he started professionally to now. I mean, he's got I believe, is he tied for the most wins?
Or did he beat it yet?
62 wins. I don't think he's beat it yet.
He's
This could
tied
be this.
because they were going to do it at
Okay.
at Iowa.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he hasn't won since, I don't believe.
So he's just amazing. I mean, he's no spring chicken.
No.
I want to say he's
That-
64, 8. We could Google that.
Good.
Ask Mr. Google.
How about Corey Pavin? You just bomb it by him all day.
Well, we talked about that. If I get paired with Corey, it's a shambles. So it's the best drive. We're taking my drive. because I'm going to outdrive Corey Pavin by 30.
Corey, don't even pull the driver out here. I got this one.
You're good.
You stay in the cart.
Wow.
Stay in the cart.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's my other car. Are you guys karting or do you
Yeah,
guys
it's carts.
It's carts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, carts.
Wow.
I looked at the invitees, those that are attending. There's some names, guys. I mean, this is a good showing.
The pros?
The pros, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's the best of the Champions Tour.
It really is.
Freddie's not playing, though, this year. I'm kind of
I
bummed
didn't see
Freddie's
Freddie.
not playing.
Okay.
Is he involved with the Ryder Cup?
I think he's a vice captain. That's
maybe
probably
that's
why
it.
he's not playing.
Yeah.
How about Rocco Mediate?
He's playing. I'd like to play with Rocco.
Yeah.
I heard an interview with him. You know, I was asleep at the wheel. How do we not get Rocco on this program before this event? He was a great interview. I listened to it. He did an interview in the cities. Yeah, we should have had a guest today. Sorry.
Rocco
Rocco would have been
talk
good.
to him when you're down there and see if he'll come on after the fact.
Okay, I like that.
After he
the
wins.
pro. When we have Tom Daly in our group, we'll talk.
Did you
up
say
the
Tom Daly?
Oh, who did I mean?
Tom Daly.
Tom
Yeah.
is John's
His brother.
nephew, his brother.
What a slap in the face.
Oh my God.
You just see your pairings are
John
Daly.
Daly. Sorry,
and then the
John Daly.
Johnsons.
Tom, where the heck was Tom Daly? Okay, John Daly. When we have John Daly in our group, we'll get him on our podcast.
That'd
Okay.
be
Let's do
that'd
that.
be interesting.
Last time we were there following as guests, spectators, you had a little quick conversation with John Daly.
I did. Yep.
Briefly.
Yep, I did.
Yep, it was great.
Can I bum a light or what was it?
No. He, at that time, I think he was going through some bladder cancer.
That's right.
And I had an opportunity to go through that myself a while back. And so we commiserated about the of having that challenge. But
Wow.
he's gotten through it. He seems to be doing fine.
Yep.
So I don't think he's modified his lifestyle at all.
I don't think
I don't
he
think
does
so
either.
either.
Maybe one less Diet Coke on the golf course.
From what I can tell. So it's going to be great. We're looking forward to it.
But you know, last time the story was that he was at the casino the night
Yeah.
before all night. So we have an opportunity to go play craps with John Daly if you want. I know exactly where he goes. It's a great casino.
Yeah.
Beautiful casino.
He was hooked up to an IV the next morning, or on the golf course. I think they hooked him up on the IV.
a little dehydrated.
Like on purpose? Or it was like a
Well, yeah, I
No.
think it was just to rehydrate.
To rehydrate.
Yeah.
They're doing that now. They were doing it at WeFest. You could rehydrate at WeFest.
well, that's a big thing for like the Vegas Golden Knights hockey team. That's like a thing. They'll go out and party all night long, and then the practice the next morning, they show up an hour early, they got IVs, and then they're rehydrated, ready to go.
Can't believe that works.
But
I'm
I think
sure-
it would. Yeah. I mean, your body just needs to be, it's so dehydrated. And
Yeah.
Give it a way to rest.
how about not drinking that much tonight?
Well, that's probably smart.
Okay.
But you
I
imagine
get it.
living
I
in
get
Vegas.
it. I get it. Okay.
How about what's a scouting report on the golf course? We looked at the golf course. What strengths does it play into? We had an opportunity to play a scramble, and we'll kind of get into that later. But what's a scouting report? Have we looked at the golf course?
I haven't. I'm
Well,
hoping Mark knows where the course
We
is.
used to play our NCC championship was there the final day back in the day. So I played it 4 years in a row in college. It fits my game.
Does it?
Yeah, it really does.
I like this.
It's not a bomber's course.
I was going to say
good.
anti-bomber.
Well, the creek kind of handcuffs you a little bit off the tee.
Yeah.
I assume as the non-tour professional, we're going to be playing up a set of tees
I would
too.
hope so.
So when we walked out there before watching this event, they have it in tour condition.
Yeah.
I mean, the greens are going to be fast. They're slopey.
I love
You
fast
played
greens.
a U.S. amateur
Where was it?
qualifying.
In,
there.
I still don't know where you guys are playing. so-
Minnehaha.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really funny because Minnehaha's incredibly slopey, and then right across the street at Sioux Falls Country Club, or Country Club of Sioux Falls,
It's this table. It's flat.
as
Is that
flat
right?
as a table. It's like literally across the street, and it's two completely different golf courses.
Okay. I like slopey and fast greens. That
You're
plays
gonna see it.
right into my wheelhouse.
Well, we saw
I
some
don't
of his
know.
action last week. Are we going to get to that?
Well, yeah, we can get
We're
into
gonna
it.
pivot?
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, that was it was an opportunity. We go play a nice little scramble out at Holly Golf and Country Club, I believe is a
Great.
And it was for what? What was the
it?
cause?
Well, it was the Minnesota Moorhead Fire Department was it, and
Yep.
everything was going to
Salvation Army.
Salvation Army. So it was a great cause, great opportunity to get out and play. We had Chuck, your son Nick, my cousin Nick, on the team. He was our fourth.
Yep.
Maybe that should have been our guest today.
Could have been.
Sorry, Nick. But yeah, all around good time. We ended up taking the W there, but getting to see your guys' games was a
Eye
pleasure.
opening. I'm
Hey,
sure.
you know what? Winning never gets old.
Never does.
Never gets old.
Yep.
And it just doesn't happen. I mean, we put it together that day.
We did.
We had to find it. Yeah, there was no nonsense too. There was no licorice. There was no, there wasn't like
no funny
It was
business.
straight up.
It was straight up. No mulligans.
What did we shoot?
55?
55.
55.
16 under, par 71.
16 under, straight up.
Yep.
And where LJ drove it, we
Yeah.
should have been probably 49. I mean, we had opportunities to chip in for eagles.
Lots. And the irony of this is
I was
that
just
prior to us playing, we had half hour, so we
We
went
got
up
there
to the
early,
putting
yeah.
green and we're putting, getting used to the greens. And Nick looks over and there's a guy chipping from the fringe. And Nick looks at me, he's like, "Can you imagine being on a team where you have to worry about chipping?" we knucks thinking that's hilarious. All day we had that shot because LJ's bombing at 355 to the front edge.
We did.
All day.
We were chipping for eagle 8 times.
Yes.
I think I went back and counted it. I mean, you drove probably 3 par 4s.
3 par 4s.
And then we were around 6 other par 4s.
Yes.
Like chipping.
It was a chipping fest.
And we didn't make our chips. We should have been practicing our
Nick
chips.
hit the pin twice.
He did hit the
Nick-
pin twice.
Yeah, the last hole was our only missed green and right. It was a par 3, hole 8.
Oh, yeah.
And that was our missed green in regulation. And sure enough, Nick steps up there and just drills the pin.
Yes.
Drills the pin.
Well,
Doesn't go in.
I'll say this, and I bet there's listeners out there that have played Holly quite a bit. I grew up, Chuck, you and I
Yep.
grew up playing Holly. I've watched a lot of golf at Holly. Came close in the shortstop. Matt Cook and I, that was one of our majors back in the day, and the best ball. So we know the lines. We knew the lines to take out there.
30 years ago.
30, no, 40 years ago.
40 years. And it was fun sitting on the tee box because you'd be like, this is the line. This is the line. And look at how tall those trees are now, though.
Exactly.
And you and I couldn't take that line. I think where you're going. Continue.
Yeah. Now I think I forgot my.
No,
I
you
forgot my point. I played a lot of golf out there. Okay,
Yep.
here's my point.
Yeah.
I played a lot of golf out there. I will go on the record as saying this right now. No one in the history of Holly Golf and Country Club, no player in the history
Mhm.
of playing that golf course drove it the way Lucas drove it that day. Drive in, drive out. I mean, the spots you hit the ball,
It was ridiculous.
nobody cumulative. I can understand maybe one or two guy, maybe a guy gets 1 or 2 drives, kind of where you had it.
Yeah.
But you had one drive that didn't get it done, and that was on 17, and we took Chuck's.
Why do you sound so...
That was the
what
first
was
drive
the
you found
only
the fairway
drive,
with.
yeah,
it was.
Yeah, it was in the
Hey, I
rough.
came through clutch.
I know
You're
you
welcome.
did, but
Yeah.
and then anyways. But I'm
Yes.
telling you, and I
I know.
like thinking back because there's been probably millions of rounds of golf played on that golf course. I will guarantee you, nobody has done what he did that day, and we
Well-
watched it. We had a great seat.
Well, and the one that jumps out to me is 18, where he hits it and he's disappointed because it's going a little left.
What was it, a little into the wind
What?
too?
Yeah, a little into it. Every tee shot he hit was right at the pin. It was like he's playing par 3s.
Yes.
I'm like, this is going right at the pin. So on 18, he pulled it slightly and he's disappointed. We get up there and it's fringe, pin high, just left of the green.
Well, Nick
Like,
hit the pin on
Nick
his
hit the
chip.
pin on that one. Yeah.
I'm like,
How long's that
what?
hole?
I off the top of my head, I don't remember. But
350?
that was
Yes.
probably my best drive of the day
Why
because
were you
it was into the
disappointed?
wind. Well, I thought
Because you pulled it a little.
I did pull it, but then I thought the trees on the left were going to catch it,
Okay.
but it was past those trees.
So my favorite drive is on hole 3.
yeah.
It used to be old
Yes,
6,
Yes.
7.
After the par 3.
Hole 3.
After the treachery par 3.
Yeah, great par 3. Okay. At the line you hit it, it was like, well, I don't think that's going to work. You were 5 yards short of the green.
Yeah,
5
I was
yards.
about 10 feet.
Well, I
Yeah.
hit a good one. And he's 100 yards ahead of me. I'm like,
100 yards.
that's his ball up there. What the? Isn't that the one? Is that the hole mark where as a kids we wanted it to kick out of the trees a little and you'd be right in the fairway?
down the
'cause
slope
plate's down
because the
slope?
rough would be burnt out a little bit. That's how you maximized your yardage. So I did that little shot,
Yeah.
and yeah, he had me by 60 yards.
It was ridiculous.
So it was
That was-
fantastic to watch. Thanks for doing that.
it was fun.
No, it was a blast getting to play. I love play. I've only played out there a handful of times, if a handful. And the first time was with Grandpa.
Yeah.
He was going out there and we played. I think was it Jack Tamberg and his son
John.
John. Sorry, John Tambergen or something, maybe. And we were playing for quarters, and I think Grandpa and I took $1.25 off John and his son.
Yep.
And that was a big win for him.
Nice.
That was a big win.
Well, so that prepped you for.
Well, before we go there, though, 55 as a team. You might have shot 62 on your own. The way you were hitting the ball there.
I didn't have to putt much, though, thankfully. So
I'm sorry.
Well, I was talking to Russ Nelson yesterday about how he shot 61 the last time he played there.
One more time?
Russ Nelson shot 61 the last time he played there with Jack Arneson.
What
That's what he said.
Did he stop?
Yeah.
Well,
you didn't get to the back
We
nine?
might have to have Russ on the program.
We should.
Wow.
No, it's gettable out there. Absolutely.
Okay,
yeah. No,
okay.
I mean, that was.
So he poo-pooed our 55 is basically what you're saying. I can see Russ. I can hear Russ going.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Shot 61
Only
on my own.
Well, I shot 61 the last time I was there. That's what he said. So we'll have to ask him about that.
Okay.
But that tournament experience prepped you for one of your majors. And that was yesterday.
One of my 3 majors in the Minnesota Section PGA Assistants Championship.
And where was
Sponsored by
this?
National Car Rental.
It was up in Duluth or over in Duluth. I guess it's straight east. But Mark, I know you got to get going, so I don't know if you got any final words before we get into that, and I'll probably.
No, I wanted to talk about this before I had to go.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, yeah, you gave me a timeline, and we hit that timeline.
Well, let's go.
Okay, we're gonna go. We're gonna break it down, and we can break it down more.
Love it.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
No, you shouldn't kudos yourself, but what happened out there, listeners, is he's playing in the championship, the Assistants Championship, and cut right to the chase. You finished second, runner up.
Nice.
And it is
way to go, LJ.
That is significant. And last year you had a great finish and went to the National Assistants Championship.
Yep.
You guys can talk about that. But it came down to the final hole, and maybe you could walk us. Well, there's more to it than that. But you finished runner up and you birdied your last 2.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. It came down to the wire, and I played with Andrew Iselson at that final 9. It was supposed to be 36 holes. We had a weather delay, so we could only get 9 more holes in, so 27 total holes.
And you were how many under through 27?
5.
5 under.
Lane.
5 at we were playing Northland Country Club in Duluth,
Great
which
plan.
is beautiful course.
Sounds slopey.
It's very slopey, and I want to break it down with you because I want to see what
It's a
what you
Donald
think.
Ross.
Donald Ross, fantastic design, loved it. And ended up playing with my old teammate Andrew Iselson, who's first year in the section, and great player. And we had an absolute blast. And yeah, like you said, it came down to the last hole, and I played well. I don't think looking back, I had a couple bad mistakes, but nothing that I'm gonna hang my head about. So,
But he had to shoot 30 on his final 9.
yeah, he shot 30 on his final 9 to
6 under.
win by 1. So
Did he really? Okay.
it was a good battle. We had a blast. There was a little rain mixed in there, so you really gotta not nose to the grindstone stuff. But it's good.
Who was on the bag for you, LJ?
Me, myself, and I.
Oh, okay.
There was some tough self-talk there. The caddy was giving a little tough love there on the first round to get through a couple hiccups, but no, we made it work, and it was a great time. So we can break it down after, because I know Mark, you gotta skedaddle here.
I just got text.
First.
Colton Sanderson, UND Athletics is here.
Okay.
So I need to run that. We're hosting their fan luncheon.
Oh,
For
great.
the first time ever at
right.
Sweet Shots.
Yep,
So I'm looking forward
big
to
time.
having some UND fans in here.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
so you guys
Yeah.
keep talking. That is a significant achievement. 2 years in a row, you've finished high in that event. Get your bookwork done so you can get to that national tournament again.
Stay in school, kids.
Stay in school.
Get your homework done, and then you can go to nationals.
Well, let's talk. Yeah, I want
But,
to talk a little bit like, what does this mean? What's that next step? So
Yep.
we'll cover that
Yep.
when Mark departs.
And we can talk bad about them too.
Perfect. I got
Fine.
a list.
I mean, it's payback for when you were gone and we talked bad about you. So.
Yeah, I know.
All right, that's going to do it for our first segment. Stick around. We got more to talk about golf related, and maybe some tips and tricks for Pro-Am Shamble. We'll see. Okay, we'll be right back. This segment brought to you by Sweet Shots Ladies League. We're 1 week away from kickoff here. No pun intended. Kind of. 1 week away from kickoff. We're going to have a great setup presented by Neutral. It's our first time with a sponsor. It's going to be awesome. We've got a drink tasting in there. We've got some swag to give out. It's a 4-person scramble, so grab a group of ladies. Come on out. You don't even have to be, a serious golfer. If you enjoy golf and you want to have a good time, get a group of friends together and come out and play. We're going to flight you based off your skill level, and the more teams that play, the more flights we're going to have. So come on out, give it a try, and I can at least guarantee you're going to have some level of fun.
They're going to have a blast.
And that's what it's about. We're not here trying to grind and trying to find the best golfers in the area.
Social getaway for these ladies.
We're trying to get a social
Tuesday
getaway.
nights, 6 week long.
6 weeks.
Yep.
Flighted, prizes, giveaways, drink tasting. It's going to be an absolute blast. Again, big thank you to Neutral for sponsoring that. So, again,
and I
it's
remember
gonna be next week. So it is at the 19th.
And LJ, I remember last year, the Fall League, the beautiful evenings on Tuesday nights, and then the ladies would carry over up to the terrace. We have little heaters set up and just a nice social night.
It's a great
home by 10 o'clock. And they've had a great opportunity to get away and spend some time with friends.
It is a great time. So it starts next week, the 19th, and we go from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. for golf. And then, as Chuck alluded, we can hang around and party it up, whether terrace or lounge. But that's Sweet Shots Ladies League presented by Neutral, 6 to 8 p.m. starting next week. So sign up online if you haven't already. And if you have, go ahead and refer somebody. We've got a spot where if they refer you, we're running a promo. Make sure they mention you on the referral spot, and you get yourself a free bottle of wine for that. For that
can't
night.
beat that.
So
Very
cannot
nice.
beat that. So
Cool.
Poof, he's gone. Mark's out of here.
He's out.
He's
So
got
as
better things to do.
As he was, he had to leave. UND's coming in here. But we were talking last segment about your tournament in Duluth.
Yeah.
So so you take second.
Yep.
Great accomplishment. What's that? What does that open doors for you to open up playing another tournament or?
Yeah, so it would kind of, as we alluded to last segment with staying in school. So I've got to do all my book work for the PGA section or for the PGA to get my Class A certification. Right now I'm a level 1. There's 3 levels to be an associate, and only level 2 and higher can go to the national. They just flip the rules. So. Last year I was able to go. I went to this tournament. Yep, and down in Port St. Lucie, Florida. I was fortunate enough to go. I think I finished 4th last year.
Wow. Okay.
And was able to go. That was at Edina Country Club, and I love it. Love that track, and was fortunate to go and didn't really have my A game when I was down in Port St. Lucie, and that was about the time our nets fell, so it wasn't
November-ish.
It was like bad weather, so I couldn't go outside and practice, and our nets fell, so I wasn't getting I was busy doing that, so I wanted revenge this year, and I would have got it, but
they switched the rules.
I'm not the best student right now. Once you get out of school, Chuck, I don't know if you've noticed, there's just not a big drive.
Understood.
So that's my public service announcement. Make sure you stay in school, because that's gives you opportunities. So I would be able to go down and play in the national, and I understand why they flipped the rules. I think the big thing was that you got to be committed to the program. Where last year it sounded like a handful of those guys near the top of the leaderboard at the national were
not necessarily committed.
B-C list Corn Ferry guys that dropped out, joined the section, win money that way to try and feed their play. So I get it. You got to be committed. I respect it. Yeah. But so a little disappointed there. But man, it was a great opportunity. It was a good day for golf. We had a little rain delay, like I said, in there. But playing at Northland Country Club. Have you played up there, Chuck?
I have not.
It's a heck of a golf course. It's Donald Ross design, and he's one of the grandfathers of course architecture. It's awesome stuff, and everything kind of overlooks Lake Superior.
Wow!
So it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
But the trick is it's all cut into the side of, I call it a mountain, but it's a hill. You know?
Yep.
And so the course just winds back and forth up this mountain, and then the first 9 kind of goes out up the hill, and then the back 9 comes down the hill. And the trick is you can't use your eyes when you are on the greens, because the way the course was designed, you're either putting into the mountain or down the mountain. And you'll swear that this putt is uphill, and it rolls out 5 feet by the hole.
No
and
kidding.
You're like, what?
Just messes with you.
Just messes with you. I swear I got dizzy in my first couple holes because I was like, no, don't trust your eyes. But here, but yeah, it's such a beautiful golf course. And
Had you played it prior to?
It's been since high school.
Okay.
So I played it back then, but I'm hitting it in different spots now than I was in high school. So Yeah, but it was a great day. There was a lot of good golf being played. We kind of alluded to with Andrew in that last 9. He shot 30.
Wow.
I shot 33 and felt pretty good about it.
I would too. To shoot
it was
30. He had to earn it.
He did, and he came out of the gates, and I was tied first after the first 18.
Mm-hmm.
And he was even par. And so I knew he was going to be, he even made the joke at lunch that, I'm going to be chasing you.
I'm gunning for you. Yep.
He mentioned it. So, and I've played with Andrew at NDSU, and so I know his game, and I know he's got potential to make a ton of birdies. And, he came out firing. He birdied 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Wow.
And
you were playing with him?
I was playing with him. And so, I birdied 2 of the 4. So I know on hole 2, our group cumulative distance to the hole was less than 5 feet.
Wow.
For birdie.
We all stuck it in.
We all made birdie on 2, and it was just Jake Worley ended up making par. He was short, but his chip went out. I mean, it was like all just tap-ins. And so that was a good birdie. He birdied 1, we both birdied 2, and then he birdied 3, and by this point it's raining again, so it's just kind of I lipped out on 3, and then we both birdied 4. And that one was a par 5, and my cumulative distance to the hole for those 2 rounds was less than a foot. I hit it tight there. So nice little kick-ins make it easy. Both par 5. Par 5 was a beautiful par 3. And it's only 135 yards. That's my thing. Like Donald Ross does this so well. Is he'll make a short par 3 that you just can't fall asleep on. And the way this green was cut, it was one of those greens where everything just runs towards the lake, so you just can't fall asleep. You know?
If you miss it, don't miss it on the wrong side, or you're in trouble. And I made birdie on the opening round, and I mean, it was probably picked up a shot on the field. It wasn't a skin, but it was it was really good. And second round, I kind of left it in the heart there for birdie. So then 6, it's one of those holes, Chuck, where the greens sit. It looks flat, but it sits so far, and in aim point terms, it's like 6-7% downhill. So I mean, it is just crazy fast. And if the fringe is as wide as my computer here, right? My ball's in the middle of it, and we'll say the hole is halfway from here to the camera, but it's straight downhill. Wow. All I did was try and tap it to the edge of the fringe. Yeah,
that's all I did.
And let it go.
And I was still 6 feet by the hole.
Were you really?
It was unbelievable. Yikes. So it's stuff like that. I had a hiccup on 7, but then the highlight of the tournament was my shot on hole 8, and it was 230-yard par 3.
Yikes.
Playing into the wind. So we figured about 250, and I took my hybrid.
I'm a driver, but okay. I am. Go ahead.
And it was one of those where it was like, he's a saying, I'd rather be lucky than good. Aim at the right center of the green, because who knows what's going to happen. Fattest part of the green. That's my advice to anybody.
Sure.
When you're playing at in a hole that doesn't fit your eye or is most difficult, just get yourself on the green. Sure. The fast part. Don't try and
don't be cute.
Force it. Because then what happens next is I ended up pole cutting it right at the flag, lands pin high, and rolls to 3 feet.
Wow.
And I make the birdie coming back. And that was a skin. So I actually, that's like my
good
consolation prize.
Little extra bonus.
It was a little bonus.
Good for you.
On that little cash bonus. So, I bogeyed 7, birdied 8. So we were back to even. And we were both kind of joking because of the rain delay, because of the time. I had 4.5 hours back to Fargo. He had 2 back to the cities. And we were joking. We both bomb drives down 9 fairway, and we were joking. And it's like, all right, one of us, let's go eagle birdie, one of us, and get out of here so we don't have to play a playoff.
Yeah.
And we was like, I don't care who.
So one of you. Yep.
One of us, let's get out of here. And sure enough, that's what happened. So it was kind of like I said, it was even after the drives.
Yep.
And he hit his to the front edge of the green, and I hit mine to the back, and I had to chip. And I gave my chip a run. I scared the hole, and he made a 35-foot eagle putt on me.
He drained it.
Just
wow for a 30.
And
what do you do?
I mean, I couldn't do anything else. In that situation, I played. I mean, I was 300 par, and I felt pretty good. And I had one brain fart on 7 to make bogey, but really, it's not anything. I'm not kicking myself for doing that. So love the golf course. Thanks to Northland for hosting us and dealing with all the weather. They did a great job with that. And
Cool.
Duluth, beautiful, beautiful area. But yeah, it was
What an
it was
experience.
fun to play.
Good for you,
it was
LJ.
really good. So
Well, yeah, having watched you last week play on Friday and the way you were hitting it, it's not a surprise that you played that
I
well.
will say that was some of my best driving on
Yeah.
Friday at Holly that I've had all summer. That was fun. I mean, when you can just step up and point shoot kind of deal, you just kind of feel
just
it.
let it go. I don't know, but that looked really fun.
Well, and that's just if you can find one swing thought, and that's kind of been my key the last month. Yeah, I was successful at North Dakota Open, and I was successful here, but it was just kind of not to overcomplicate it. It's so easy to get 2-3 swing thoughts in your head.
Yep. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple and find a way to get it in play, and that was kind of the key. And putter got hot when
Nice
I
work.
needed to, so
Good for you.
it was good.
Awesome.
Not to break down the entire round, but that's
good.
What
That's
happened.
a fun the final 9. That's good to hear.
Yeah, it was good golf, and it was fun to watch. So hopefully there's some clips floating around up there. So hopefully those were on the screen. But yeah, it was back and forth. We had a nice little crowd following, and you know it's always good to
That's cool.
Get the pressure. It's nice to be back in the heat of things for sure.
Agreed.
So, but
Well, in other golf news,
yeah.
So your Mark's got to be getting excited to be heading out here. We got Ryder Cup closing in on that.
Yeah.
I think I saw the U.S. team was over there practicing a little bit.
Yeah, they had their practice. I think all but two or three guys didn't travel.
Okay.
I think Jordan Spieth got another kid on the way, so he didn't want to go over there. And then 2 personal reasons, I think, for Cantley and someone else. But yeah, I haven't heard how it went.
Yep.
But sounds like they were giving JT. Did you see this? They were giving JT a hard time for the loss against Texas.
Yeah, I saw that.
JT's a huge Alabama fan.
Yep.
So that was good. Yeah,
That's
I mean, it's to me shows good camaraderie.
Yep.
Brooks Koepka got in on the fun, so I'm happy there.
Got to be some chemistry. That's
Gotta have a
key in
little
this team event, right? You got to be able to get along. So, yeah, that's exciting. We're a couple weeks out because it's the end of September.
Yeah, so I think they leave next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Europe was over there. Team Europe was over there practicing last week. I know Coach Luke Donald's got them all playing this week on the European Tour.
Yep.
Or DP World Tour. So they're getting their reps in. I think Max Homa might be the only one playing this week. I know we got the Fortinet.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't even look at some DraftKings stuff.
Neither did I. No, I failed to pursue it. My eyes
It's a
on the Ryder
year-round
Cup.
deal now.
I know. It's every week.
We got big hopes for the Ryder Cup. So
Yep.
how about have you seen anything DraftKings wise? I thought I saw one thing for
haven't.
DraftKings prices, but I don't.
Nope, I have not.
I don't even know if that was real. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that moving forward. But other big news, Chuck, that I just saw today is Tiger Woods is back hitting balls.
Is he really?
I saw wedges for sure. It maybe looked like an iron in his hand.
Okay.
But after having some serious ankle surgery, redoing his ankle, to see him swinging again feels pretty good.
I like the sound of that.
Some people are saying he's back.
Oh, boy.
He's back. The greatest to do it is back.
Well, I'm looking, just for our listeners, out on DraftKings. There's nothing yet on the Ryder Cup. But certainly for this week, there's the Fortinet and then BMW PGA Championship.
How about down in Vegas? I know you were down there. You were going to check on
they just had
win
there. Yep. U.S. win, tie, or loss odds.
Okay. So
that's all they had. Nothing specific on matches.
It's got to be a live bet scenario, right? Just with matches and stuff.
Agreed. Yep. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that.
Yeah. Yeah, should be some good matches. I'm excited for that. I think everybody is. And
want to put a plug in for our partners that partner with us, Dakota Magic, Dakota Wins. I'm certain we'll have something in their sports book. So
absolutely.
Right now it's big NFL week 1 under the belts, and I know talking with some of the staff, people have gone down there and checked out the sports book during the NFL. So for the listeners, we've been there. It's a great venue.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
So that's just an easy hour drive from here. So get down there and
not
have
even
fun.
An hour from this building. It's
like true.
45 minutes.
Yeah, simple drive. So yeah, I'd encourage listeners to get down there, check that out if you haven't.
I think honestly, their stay and play package for their golf course in the casino, you can't beat that.
No,
you make a weekend out of that.
Great course. That's a great idea, LJ.
It's a great course. Plus you get $10 off food, you get $10 gameplay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just it's a phenomenal deal and it's a Vegas style
Yep.
We have a sports book, but then you get just
Yep.
the casino atmosphere in there.
Great idea. For
So-
listeners looking for something fun for a weekend, stay and play.
How about you go down there and you catch some football games?
Yeah.
Plays a little golf. You're staying at the casino.
It's beautiful. It's a trifecta of fun.
It is right there. I don't know why you wouldn't.
Saturday, what are you doing this
Saturday.
weekend, LJ? Let's go. That's awesome.
It's phenomenal. I still got to get down there and redeem my winning ticket for
Ooh.
Max Verstappen.
Yeah, you do.
So
little F1 win. Nice work.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I gotta make my way back in there. But yeah, I don't know any other golf news. What do you got?
That's about all I had.
It's a short one today, but it
Yep.
was
No
a fun-
guess, but
Seriously, good luck to you guys down in
Yeah,
Sioux
it's
Falls. I
gonna be
mean, that's
fun.
going to be awesome.
I'm anxious to hear who we get to play with tonight. We'll text you as soon
Yep.
as we know. Yeah, I hope it's either way. It's going to be fun. He mentioned Bernard, but I would be a little bit intimidated if I was playing with Mr. Langer because I think he's a grinder even in pro-ams. I think that
I feel
guy's
like-
just
Well, it's got to be
too
something with
serious.
the German
just too serious.
deal, right? He's just zoned in.
I think
He's
so.
like,
Yeah,
all
I want
in.
somebody that's all relaxing. So when I hit
you know how
him
you
back,
relax it, you call him for anchoring. Even if you see him
Oh
two
my
greens
God.
over, you go, "Hey, Bernard,
Oh no,
Bernard, get that off your chest."
your dad's gonna get beat up by
You-
Bernard.
If you guys are playing with John Daly, you see Bernard, or you guys
Get
are
ugly.
3-4 ultras in.
Look out. Oh God.
No,
All right.
that's
It'll be
gonna
fun.
What's so it's a shamble.
It's a shamble. So we all hit
Shamble.
the tee shot,
Yep, you pick the best
and
drive.
you take the best drive, and then we play our own ball from there.
Mhm.
I've never played that format.
and then it's
Two. Best two
best
of
2 of 5. then?
correct. Best 2 of 5.
Do you
And we've
guys know
got-
the other 2 you're playing?
We
with?
do. We have the president of Sanford Health here in the Fargo region,
Ooh.
Tiffany,
Big.
who I've known for many, many years. Great lady. Does a wonderful job for Sanford Health, leading the Fargo market. And then Doug Rutzemeyer.
Oh, sure.
I think you
Yep.
know Doug.
I do. Yeah.
Probably
From
a
the
Fargo
club. Yep,
FCC
Fargo
member.
Country
Yep,
Club.
yep. So that'll be fun to play
That's
a
a
little
great
golf
group.
with Doug. Yeah. And then TBD on our pro.
That's gonna be fun. We'll have to throw in. We're gonna throw. I should talk to Kylie. We'll get some live updates going.
Okay. All right. I like it.
That's fun.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah,
Next week,
hopefully,
we'll report back on the big W from the Sanford International.
What do you think it's gonna take, Chuck?
Oh,
What's the
boy.
line right now?
Oh,
what are we
boy.
thinking here?
That's a really good
I don't even
question.
know what wins pro.
I don't know
pro
either.
ams.
I don't know.
2 of 5, gross.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's net,
Net.
right? So
And-
then you get
Well, no, there's net and gross.
net. Oh, okay.
There is.
You got
Yeah.
net and gross.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, so you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, there is a chance. Handicap, please. I don't know. I've never played in a pro am like this. So
How about a goal? What's your goal? You got to play your own ball. You got best drives, so you're almost guaranteed to drive in the fairway.
I would hope so.
Almost.
Personally, I want to keep it in the 70s. That's my personal goal. Just shoot something in the 70s. It's a lofty goal.
Yep.
But I think I can do it.
If I remember, you just got to keep it below the hole there. If you can keep it below the
Well,
hole,
you said
you're
it's slopey, so I
Yeah.
gotta make sure to keep it below the hole.
Yeah, and then
Mentally,
you just-
I've noted that, LJ.
keep it out of the creek and keep it below the hole.
The recipe for a good score. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm on it. So we'll see. I'm hoping not to blow up and fire a 90.
How about your brother? What do you think?
He
After
played
watching him on
yesterday.
Friday.
Well, and then he played yesterday. He said he's still bombing it. So I think he's mid 70s. I see a 74 out of him. 73, 74, 75.
He said he found something with his putting.
Oh,
He's going left hand low now.
yeah, I know.
He's copying a great player.
Okay.
So,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, I feel like him around the greens, it gets a little dicey. You got to make sure he's hitting greens. That's one thing.
Oh, he'll hit greens.
Well,
I'm
you
not worried
see-
about it.
I don't know.
LJ,
his
No
chipping,
negative thoughts right now.
He's right here for chipping.
I
He's
know,
up
but
top.
Everything's going to be putting. He's
Putting.
going to be
Keep
hitting
it-
greens.
Keep it putting. All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna go. Let's see, 2 of 5. And you add those together.
Yeah.
So you got a 36 hole score. You 72, 144,
Pars 144.
and you're taking the best 2. I'm going 4 under, 140,
Oh, my, I love that. I hope so.
140, 4 under. Middle of the pack is where you guys are gonna be.
Yeah, 140, that's middle.
I think
It's
you're gonna
probably
get-
like a 130.
that's gross. I'm
Yep,
gonna
that's gross.
I'm gonna clarify that's gross.
Yeah. Probably a 134 is winning it. 132.
10 under. Yeah. Because I know at North Dakota Open, it's very similar format. You've got like 16 to 20 under usually wins.
Wow. Is it really?
Yeah.
16 to 20?
Yeah.
So my 134 is probably way low or high. It's probably going to be a 130 win.
Might be.
Okay.
I don't know. There again, I don't know. I mean, this is Dakota's tour
True,
versus
true,
Champions Tour, and I don't know the level
Okay.
of the Pro-Am
Okay.
that changes.
Okay.
One thing I will almost guarantee is you're going to have sandbaggers at the top of the leaderboard. There you go. Hold up a second.
Yeah.
You're actually an 18 handicap. You just shot
Right.
73 on your own ball.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm more interested about is how many sandbaggers can you find on this Pro-Am field?
That'll be an interesting thing to see.
Take a look. Make a mental note.
Oh,
right up here.
Yep. I got things written down here. So we'll report back on our score.
All right, I'm going 140. I'm going to stick with that for gross.
LJ's pick. Okay.
140.
I
I hope he beat it, but 140 is my pick.
I like 130 somethings would be nice. We'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
With John Daly hitting bombs all day.
That'd be amazing if you guys could John
No.
Daly.
Okay.
That'd be great.
All right.
All right. Well, I got nothing else. I don't know.
Either do I. No, great show.
Okay. Yep.
Congrats
Boy, man.
again. Great
Thank you.
plan.
Yep. Best of luck to you guys. Safe
Thank you.
travels down there. And
Yep. Be fun.
we'll be keeping close eye on on the
Top of the
scores.
leaderboard.
Top of the leaderboard. That's where we're going to be looking.
Yep. Look.
John
Page one.
Daly, the Johnsons.
Yep. It's going to be epic.
It's going to be a match made in heaven right there.
Yep. You can count on it.
All right, that's going to do it for us here at the Sweet Shots Podcast. Thanks again for joining along and listening to our ramblings. We'll be back next week. We might have a big announcement next week. We're still working on it.
We're working on it.
We got big announcements.
We'll see.
We'll talk about it next week.
Yep.
So, thanks for joining in. We'll see you next time.